So this is a 2-row repeat that it's pretty simple. It sounds a little complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. So I'm going to start with the first row of the repeat, which requires me to knit along to my yarn over, so bear with me a moment here. So it's a 2-row repeat. In the first row, we will knit 1, yarn over, knit 1 into an existing yarn over from the row before. So I'm almost there. And then in the second row, we'll just do a simple yarn over to create it, to set up the next row. Okay, so here you can see on my left-hand needle here is my yarn over from a previous row. So in the garter stitch sections, we'll simply just insert the left-hand needle like we're going to knit it, right? Make 1 knit stitch, but don't pull it off the left-hand needle yet. You're going to wrap the yarn around, and then you're going to take that right-hand needle back into the yarn over again and work 1 more knit stitch. So we have a total of a knit 1, a yarn over, knit 1. I'll show you that again. Just pull these off here. So again, we have our yarn over from the previous row, and into this for the knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, we're going to just insert our right-hand needle and knit it like we normally would, right? Nothing new there. Wrap the yarn around, so a yarn over on your right-hand needle, and then we're going to take the right-hand needle back in to that yarn over and knit it again. And then just keep going on your merry way. Finish the row. And then in the second half, or the second row of this 2-row repeat, we're going to knit the 3 stitches as the pattern directs us to, and then just simply work a yarn over. So this yarn over that I've just made is the one in the next row where I'll be working the knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, increase. So that was the garter stitch section on how to work the crescent shawl for the Bramble Berry pattern. So the stockinette section, or the lace eyelet section in the Bramble Berry shawl, gets a little bit of a different treatment for our knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, since now we're switching from a knit 3 border to a purl section, and then a purl section back to the knit 3 border. So I'll show you how that looks here. So I'm going to knit my 3 border stitches. So it's 3. So I'm going from knit stitches to a purl section because the lace section uses stockinette, so alternating knit and purl rows. So I simply just bring my yarn to the front of my work here like I'm going to purl, and then wrap the yarn around, right? So I went from knit, brought my yarn to the front, and then just wrapped it around completely 1 time, and then I'll continue to purl. Now this will give us a little bit of a different yarn over, so I'll show you how to work that in just a second. But I'm going to work across here, and I'll meet you right before the next yarn over, okay? Okay, so I finished my purl section, and now I need to work my yarn over and then go into my 3-stitch knit border. So similarly to the way we changed the side of which the yarn is sitting for the knit to purl, for purl to knit, we're going to take the yarn to the back of the work and then wrap it around the needle. So I've got my yarn over here. So again, we were purling. Now I just take my yarn to the back. You can hold it with your finger here as you wrap it a full time, around your needle, and then just continue to work your 3-stitch knit border there. So now back to row 1, which is our knit 1, yarn over, knit 1. So I'll knit my 3-stitch border here. Now you'll see, okay, the way this yarn over sits, if I went to knit this, it would give me a nice twisted stitch and I wouldn't get the large increase, the hole that I'd want to continue working my yarn overs because of the way my yarn over, or my yarn over is shaped here. So from the knit to the purl on the previous row, it gives me a little bit of a different look here. So when in stockinette on a knit row, I'm going to do this through the back of the stitch. So this prevents my stitch from twisting and gives me this nice large yarn over increase along the edge of my shawl. Let's see if I can show you what it would look like if I did it a different way here. Let me just twist it. So if I was to do this as a regular knit one, yarn over, knit one, see how there's no, that yarn over hole kind of goes away. It would be right here, and now it's not there. So I want to pull this back off. Oops. I pulled my whole yarn over off. Okay, so we want to knit it through the back, knit one, yarn over, knit one, and then continue knitting across until we get to the other end of our shawl. Okay, so we've knit back to the last 4 stitches as row 1 of the pattern in the stockinette increase suggests. And if you can see here, this yarn over sits a little bit differently on the needles. So when we went from knit to purl, it caused a little bit of a different yarn over. The stitch was twisted in a different way. So whereas in the previous one we knit through the back, we're just going to go ahead and do this one, the second half of our increase row, as normal. So knit one, yarn over, knit one. And then continue finishing the last 3 stitches.